Alright everybody, let's get back for another Spyro Age of Heroes, this time book 2, still by Spartan029. So let's get the show on the road, shall we? Chapter 1, Prologue. You can't defeat me, I am eternal, Malifaux the Darkmaster roared. He opened his jaws wide and unleashed a wave of convexity at the two young dragons before him. Spyro and Cinder retaliated using their own power. The two opposing sides grappled for power. The younger dragons were already exhausted from constant battling over the past several days. Cinder began to fall back, beating her wings frantically to keep up with Spyro. Just hang on, Spyro cried, trying to fight back as much as possible. Hearing his fatigued voice gave Cinder the extra push she needed. She forced more energy out and Malifaux's eyes grew wide. The young dragons knocked the Dark Master out of the air and sent the massive dragons bouncing across a crystalline surface. Malifaux shook the stars from his head and rolled onto his feet. No one had been able to match his power output to within. He leered at the young dragons with killing intent. Spyro and Cinder braced themselves for the attack. Suddenly, the ghostly figures of the guardians rose from the crystal. Malifaux looked around in surprise. "What is this?" he demanded. Spyro and Cinder glanced at each other. Neither had any explanation for the other. The guardians dove towards Malifaux. The Dark Master found himself sticking to the crystal. "No!" he bellowed. He tried to claw himself free, but to no avail. Spyro and Cinder watched as he disappeared from the view and into the crystal. The surface shuddered and the crystal began to break apart. Spyro and Cinder landed on the last remaining ground of their dying planet. They gasped heavily and Spyro staggered over to Spyro. "Spyro, I'm sorry," she shook her head sadly, tears nearly ready to spill at any given moment. "I'm so sorry." Spyro smiled at her, though the feeling wasn't fully there. "Don't be. It's over now." All around them, the planet was disintegrating in large chunks. Cinder looked around. "So this is it?" Spyro suddenly closed his eyes. He began to concentrate as he heard Ignace's voice speak to him. "Spyro, when a dragon dies, he does not truly leave this world. His spirit lives on, bonding itself with nature, only offering hope for the future." Spyro's eyes snapped open. He turned to Cinder, knowing this may be the last chance she would have to get out alive. "I know what I need to do. Just get out of here, Cinder." "Spyro, no!" Cinder protested desperately. "You don't have to do anything." She shook her head, pleading for him not to do what she thought he was planning. "Let's just go." "Where, Cinder?" Spyro thrust his head around. "There'll be nothing left. The world is breaking apart. But I think that I can stop it." He sighed as he came to terms with his destiny. "I think I'm meant to." Cinder stared into his purple eyes. She sighed and smiled to herself. This was the reason she admired Spyro the most. He was never willing to give up without trying. "Then I'm with you," she nodded, determined to stay by his side. Spyro's eyes widened as he saw how she stared at him. He closed his eyes for perhaps the last time and spread his wings wide. He felt his power flow freely for perhaps the first time ever. Cinder smiled at him and a single tear rolled down her cheek. Spyro, as tired and worn out as he was, looked like he was completely at peace with himself. The dragon suddenly felt at peace with herself. She may not have another moment between them at moments. "I love you," she whispered. Spyro's energy flowed from his body at a rapid pace. The purple aura spread outward and formed a barrier around the broken chunks of the planet. The masses of land stopped where they were and began to draw back in towards the two dragons. As the planet began to reform itself, Cinder found the area around her and Spyro closing in. She sighed and moved closer to him, but was careful enough not to break his concentration. There was a loud crack, and the crystal Malifaux had been sealed and broke apart. Cinder watched as the shards were expelled from the planet, never allowing the Dark Master to be revived, ever again. The black dragon sighed easily as the planet soon came whole again. The only remaining light was coming from Spyro's body, but even that was beginning to fade. Cinder moved closer to Spyro and curled up at his feet and let the darkness take over. "Cinder," the black dragon twitched her eyelids. "Cinder, wake up." "Spyro?" Cinder mumbled in her sleep. "Spyro, is that you?" "It's me, Cinder. Open your eyes." Cinder blinked. Her face was blurred and it took several minutes for it to clear up. She looked up into the smiling face of Spyro the dragon. "Spyro?" She raised her head and looked around. They sat in the middle of a grassy field surrounded by wildflowers and puffy, white clouds overhead. "What's going on?" "Are we dead?" Spyro laughed. No, Cinder. We're not dead. The dragon looked at him curiously. She had just woken up and already her head felt like it was about to explode. You're fine. Trust me. Spyro nudged her slightly. Everything is just fine. 18 months later. Amber sighed as she lay against Flame's chest. The young guardian sighed heavily and his heart began to beat faster. Amber chucked herself. You're comfy. She nuzzled his chest with a cheek before turning back to gaze up at the night sky. And you're still beautiful. Flame leaned down and gave her a kiss on the muzzle. Amber giggled childishly and blushed. The two dragons took in the sky above them. The stars were clear and shining like millions of gems in the blackness. Look! Amber pointed a talent as the stars shot across the night sky. Quick, make a wish, she urged Flame. The fire breathed the twisted mouth as he thought quickly. He could only think of one thing, and he closed his eyes as he whispered it in his mind. Flame opened his eyes to see Amber looking at him. Did you make a wish? She asked excitedly. Sure did, Flame nodded. And it's come true so far. Flame smirked and bobbed her nose with his. You're so sweet. Amber rolled over on top of him. I'm sorry I didn't notice you before. Flame shook his head. All I care about is that I have you now. Flame stroked her cheek. And that's all I ever want. Even more than me, Guardian? Big what? Flame chuckled. Oh, sorry, I was too busy noticing how stunning you look under the stars. Amber smiled. I love you, Flame. She leaned in and pressed her lips to his. The two dragons enjoyed the feeling until Amber broke away. She rolled off of Flame and snuggled close to him. I think it's your turn. Flame thrust his head towards the sky as another star shot across the darkness. Amber closed her eyes and began to think. She had just made up her mind when Flame spoke. Wow! The pink dragoness opened her eyes to see another star go by. Go flying by. Then another, and another. Amazing! Amber gasped as the stars flew by. As he watched the show, the stars began to glow with purple light. Now there's something you don't see every day. Flame raised his brows. I'll say. Amber nodded. They continued watching in silence, then Amber squinted up in the darkness. Flame? Huh? Does that one look like it's getting closer? Amber got to her feet, still squinting into the distance. I don't know. Flame got up beside her and followed her eyes. Over the distant mountains came a faint purple glow. The dark sky began to reflect the color as the meteorite drew closer. The ground began to shake and the air grew hot. Flame? I know, he nodded. We should probably move. That one's probably going to land close by. The guardian spread his wings and took the air with Amber close behind him. They had been flying 5 minutes when the star shot over their heads. Holy crap! Amber shrieked and ran to Flame. The two dragons watched as the meteorite smashed through a mountain in the distance with a brilliant purple flash. After a brief moment, the shockwave hit Flame and Amber, sending the two tumbling head over heels over the air. Flame leveled out and caught Amber. Well, that just killed the mood. Flame snorted smoke from his nostrils. Yeah, Amber nodded. Nothing kills a romantic moment like a fallen star falling too close to you. You think we should check it out? Flame looked at her as he let her go. Amber scrunched her mouth up. I don't think so. I'd rather just get some sleep. We head home in 2 days, and we still have one more village to visit. Fair enough, Flame shrugged, somewhat disappointed. He knew his guardian duties came first. It would be good to see Spyro and Cinder again. Then what do you say we find some place nice and quiet to bed down for the night? Amber put on a flirtatious smile. She let her talons run along Flame's spine as she flew past him, causing him to shiver. Hey, I thought you said you were in the mood, Flame called after her. I never said that. Amber giggled over her shoulder. You did. What? Flame took off after her. Get back here, you little minx. Amber squealed and increased her pace. The last noise was the sound of two dragons laughing at a distance.